Darkness, everybody! Everyone! Darkness is spreading!
Good day. Welcome to the House of Masculinity. Tribal. It's Tuesday, May 16th, 2023. We're in the House of Masculinity. I'm your host, Black Jack. Salute. Everybody hit that like, subscribe, share the video, share the channel, my nigga. Share with every nigga you know. Share with all the real niggas. If you a real nigga, hit that like. If you a pretending, if you a $5 dogs roll Indian, hit that dislike, you faker.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
You big dummy!
But all my real niggas, y'all hit that like. We in the stronghold other nigga. You know what I'm saying? In the Americas, my nigga. And right now, we about to do a little show tonight on the European cannibals that colonized America. The cannibals, my nigga.
Sit your $5 ass down before
Cannibals,
I
my
make change.
nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You big dummy!
Now we know that they call some of our people cannibals. But we know that they was just using that as an excuse to enforce their doctrine of discovery and they enslave you and rob you of your lands. We know the colonizer came over here lying, calling some of the tribes cannibals. They just wanted your land, my nigga. They had their doctrine of discovery, doom diversis. And you know, they say if you pull up on the show in this new world, this quote unquote new world, and if you pull up and you find some
Nègre.
Et l'Amérique négrée.
if you find some
Au bon sauvage. Au négré l'Amérique.
if you find them and they not Christians, if you find them and they cannibals, take their land and put them in perpetual servitude.
Biatch! Now who sent you, nigga?
Doom diverses, right? But what they projecting, my nigga, what they really just projecting, we're gonna talk about it tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got some evidence, we got receipts like we always do. We're gonna do a little reading, we're gonna do a little roasting, we're gonna listen to a little music. You know how we get down over here. Salute. Tribe up, my nigga, tribe up. All the real niggas hit that like. And like I said, if you a pretending, go on, hit that dislike, you big dummy. Hit that dislike, you big dummy. You a faker. If you want to support, we got the Cash App at the top of the screen, cash.app/$ House of Masculinity. We got the super chats on deck. We got www.strictlyformynagas.com on deck. And we got memberships. Go on and get that Tribe Up membership. Lowest $2.99 a month, my nigga. Gonna get you access to the members only live stream. And it's gonna get you coupons at strictlyformynagas.com. Salute. The membership pays for itself. Salute. So go on and Tribe Up with me. Join my tribe. Join my tribe, my nigga. Tribe Up with your boy. I'm gonna make it worth your while. Salute. We about to get into it. Talking about the European cannibals that colonized America. They call it Nagas cannibals, putting Nagas in slavery, talking about taking Nagas land. And let's take a look at it. We're going to start off with the doom diverses, my Naga. We're going to start off with the doom diverses. My computer been acting funny for the last couple of days. I might need to clean it out. I got a lot of files on here. I might need to delete some files and clean some stuff up. We on doom diverses though. We on Wiki. Wikipedia.org. Doom diverses. Let's take a look at doom diverses. It's a Papa Bull issued on the 18th of June 1452. And if you've been over here in the House of Masculinity for a while, if you've been tribing up with me, you know all about the doom diverses. We done talked about it before. But if you're new in the house and if you ain't know nothing about the doom diverses, we about to put you up on game, my nigga. Salute. Doom diverses, a Papa Bull issued on the 18th of June 1452 by Pope Nicholas V. It authorized Alfonso V of Portugal to conquer Saracens and pagans and consign them to perpetual servitude, perpetual slavery. You a slave forever. You and all your descendants, Naga. You a slave, Naga. You a slave, Naga. You a slave.
Au bon sauvage.
Nègre.
Au négré l'Amérique. Et l'Amérique négrée.
Darkness, everybody! Everyone! Darkness is spreading!
Perpetual slavery, my Naga. Pope Calixtus III reiterated the bull in 1456 with Intercatera, not to be confused with Alexander the Sixth. I mean, Alexander is that the hold on, wait a minute. that Alexander IV bull of the same title, renewed by Pope Sixtus VI in 1481 and Pope Leo X in 1542 with precise denotions, especially the description. The concept of the consignment of exclusive spheres of influence to certain nation states were extended to the Americas, Managa. America. So we talking put the Saracens and so-called pagans, conquer the Saracens and pagans in America and put them in perpetual servitude in America. They're conquering the Saracens and pagans in America and putting them in perpetual servitude in America. Pope Alexander IV with Inter-Caetera. Background. The summer of 1452, the Ottoman Sultan. We don't need all that. Let's get right to the content. Let's get right to the content of what this Papa Bull 1452 Doom Diversus was all about. To conform the Portuguese trade rights, King Alfonso V appealed to Pope Nicholas V for support, seeking the moral authority of the church for his monopoly. The Bull of 1452 was addressed to Alfonso V and conceded Portugal's right to attack, conquer, and subjugate Saracens and pagans. Subjugate you, subdue you, conquer you, attack you, subjugate you, subdue you, put you in perpetual slavery in America. Ultimately, legitimately to be sold as slaves, right? Those captured, right? We grant you by these present documents without apostolic authority. They say they got apostolic authority over you, Nagas. Full and free permission to invade. Invade America. Invade where? Invade America. Invade Tamerica. Search out. Capture Nagas. And subjugate Nagas, the Saracens and pagans, and any other non-believers and enemies of Zeus, Christ, wherever they may be, as well as their kingdoms, their tribes, their dukedoms, their duchies, their counties, their land, their farms, their principalities, and other property, and to reduce their persons into perpetual servitude. In America, Managa, salute.
You big dummy.
In America, Managa, perpetual slavery, invade, attack, conquer, subjugate, capture. In America, Managa, they told you that right at the beginning. In America, Doom Diverse is in the Americas. Salute. We're gonna break it down slow. We're gonna get a full understanding of what's going on. Inter-Caetera, right? Then who rolled up in 1492? Your boy Colombo. Now we going with Native Americans were slaves. Initially, Indian, they called you Saracens and pagans and heathens. Initially, Indian slavery was considered different from African slavery. Just ignore the hijack for now. We're gonna just keep reading though. In the early Anglo-American colonial world, but the split didn't last long. The English came to the New World prior to their conception of liberty. Historian Michael Guasco writes that the settlers claimed their antipathy for slavery contrasted them from the rest of the world, especially their colonial competitor. Their competition, their competitors. Spain, France, they competitors. All in cahoots. Already infamous for working Native Americans to death. American Indians, Tamaricans working them to death. Enslaving the Indians to death. Yet, after the Pequot War of 1637, Puritan ship captured Pequots to bondage, to slavery, in a small Puritan community on the coast of Nicaragua called Providence Island. There, they were called Cannibal Negroes. What they were called? Cannibal Negroes.
You big dummy.
Cannibal Negroes. They called them cannibals. Cannibals. They called you a pagan. They called you a heathen. Called you a cannibal. So they can enforce. They was lying. They wanted to enforce Doom Diverses, to put you in perpetual servitude. Take your property. Take your counties, your farms, your dukedoms, your kingdoms, and make them theirs. Your granddaddy farm theirs now. Your granddaddy farming tobacco and all this other stuff, and now they own it. Then they enslaved you on your granddaddy farm. We ain't talking no fake history. We talking real history. We talking who they really enslaved. We know they enslaved so-called Negroes. Who was the so-called Negroes? Was those Negroes Africans? No. They were Negroes like the Pequot Indians and other Indian tribes. They called you a cannibal Negro just to take your land. They lied on you, Managa. They lied on your ancestors. They made this old fictitious cannibal Negro. They knew you was a Naga. They called you a cannibal to take your land. They said call him a Naga ain't good enough. Saying he don't believe in Zeus ain't good enough. We got to call him a cannibal. We got to say he eat other people. So we can take this Naga land. And we can enslave that Naga. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry. The Pope ain't gonna feel sorry for him. They're not gonna feel sorry for him. We call him a cannibal. Nicholas ain't gonna feel sorry for no cannibal. He say that's a heathen. He say doom diverse. He say put him in perpetual servitude. We grant you these present documents with our apostolic authority, full and free permission to invade the Pequot Negroes, cannibal Negroes, search them out, capture and subjugate the Saracens and pagans and other non-believers and enemies of Zeus, wherever they may be. Send them to Nicaragua, work the plantation. Salute.
Now who sent you, nigga?
Nobody sent me.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
Cannibal Negroes. We set some foundations. We ain't playing around with them. Before we proceed, you know, my Naga, we ain't playing around with them. We in the stronghold. Other Naga, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking the purge right now for the stronghold of the Naga. You know, I'm following the footsteps of my ancestors, my Naga. Your boy Blackjack put the purge on today for this episode. I had to rock the purge on them. You know what I'm saying? All these fake pretendians talking about they Indians. Man, where your purge at? You ain't no real Indian, my Naga. You ain't where your purge at, you old pretendian, you old fake red man. You ain't rocking purge. Where your hoop earrings at, bitch? You fake ass Indian.
Biatch.
Talking about who an Indian and who ain't. You ain't got no pearls. Talking about you a Native American. You old fake clown pretending. Faker. Red man. I can't stand a fake ass Dawes Road Cherokee red man. I hate them. Talking about y'all ain't Native Americans. Y'all ain't Indians. Y'all don't even have the customs. Bitch, where your pearls at? You fuck boy. Continue mad before I get mad. Newly discovered human bones prove the first permanent English settlers in North America. The English settlers in North America turned out to be cannibals over the cruel winter. They was projecting, my Naga. They called you a cannibal, and the whole time they was the cannibal. They were projecting, my Naga. They lied on you to take your land with they funky, dirty ass, the funky French, the dirty Dutch, the filthy French, the dirty Dutch, my Naga, the greasy Germans, the bummy British, you know what I'm saying? The stinky Spanish, all those filthy Europeans, colonizers, they came over here lying on you, talking about you as a cannibal so they can get the doom diversus doctrine of discovery and the Pope, give them the right and authority, the apostolic authority to take your land and enslave you, and the whole time they eating bodies. Newly discovered human, they project. And newly discovered human bones prove the first permanent English settlers in North America turned to cannibalism over the cruel winter of 1609 and 1610. U.S. researchers have said scientists found unusual cuts consistent with butchering for meat on human bones dumped in a rubbish pit. Proof of Jamestown settlers turned to cannibalism. Europe's hypocritical history of cannibalism. You doom diverse hypocrite, you son of a bitch.
Now who said you, nigga?
Biatch.
You
funky ass cannibal. You a cannibal and you funky. Funky ass European cannibal.
I ain't playing, nigga.
Lied on our people and you wanna enslave us, my Naga? You think it's funny? Europeans' hypocritical history of cannibalism. Starving settlers in Jamestown colony resorted to. They were starving and they want you to believe they went to Africa and got your black ass like they got money like that. Naga, please. Jamestown colony. Look at all these articles. We got plenty of proof. Let's start with just one. These old cannibal European colonizers. We're gonna start with the Smithsonian. Europe's hypocritical history of cannibalism. From, you know what I'm saying? These Neanderthals, these monkeys. You know what I'm saying? These Neanderthal monkeys.
Evolution say people came from monkeys. And the question is, why is there still monkeys, you dumb motherfucker, you?
Yup.
Is he to retard
Let Cat Williams tell you retarded European cannibal monkey, Neanderthal dinner solving son of a bitches. With your stupid ass and funk ass. From prehistory to the present, with many episodes in between, the region has a surprisingly meaty history of humans eating meat, eating humans. A meaty history, a surprisingly meaty history, you know, over there with the Neanderthals in Europe. With cannibalism. Yeah. Doing diverses though, huh? We should have been over there conquering them. References to acts of cannibalism are sprinkled. They sprinkle they sprinkle references to the acts of cannibalism like some Lowry seasoning. They got that thing like some all seasoning. Sprinkled throughout many religious and historical documents, such as reports of cooked human flesh being sold in 11th century English markets. They was all in they had a Winn-Dixie over there in Europe in the 11th century selling reels, selling baby back reels, and we ain't talking pork, we talking real baby backs. Salute. They was selling real baby back reels.
You big dummy.
Nasty, funky ass Europeans. Cooks, they was selling in the grocery store, Monaga. Where they do at? What kind of cannibal? Everybody was over there was eating. They wasn't they wasn't not only wasn't taking no baths, they was going to they local Winn-Dixie buying real baby back reels. English markets during times of famine. Here, an engraving by Theodore de Bride depicts hungry Spaniards. Oh, the hungry Spaniards. The stinky hungry Spaniards, huh? Yeah, what they doing? Is he firing up the barbecue? That is disgusting. That's bogus, man. That's why I don't eat around these folks. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the point where I don't even like to eat out, man. I just like to cook. I don't even, man. I'm about to become a pescatarian, man. I don't eat much beef and all that. I don't really eat pork. I started eating pork a long time ago, my nigga. And beef is just about to be on the back burner too, my nigga. It's about to be just fish, you know what I'm saying, turkey, and I'm about to catch the fish myself. I don't trust they fish, and I mean, I might just go get me some chickens, man. I just don't trust all this, man. These people let his booty out, man. This is gross, man. This is gross. This is very gross, Monagan. They called you a cannibal and took your land. Sold in 11th century markets during times of famine. Engraving depicts hungry, stinky Spaniards cutting down the bodies of thieves hanged by Pedro de Mendoza in order to eat them. Pedro de Mendoza said, "Fire up the grill."
You big dummy.
He said, "What are we eating?" He said, "We eating Spanish booty. Thighs, what you want, a thigh or a leg?" He said, "I'll take the booty." He said, "You want a breast? You want a wing? What you want?" They folding. Look, they got his arm folded like a chicken wing. Somebody said, "I want that wing." That boy, they got that wing. He done ran off with a leg. He got 2 legs. He said, "I'm straight." This is disgusting. These heathens. They look at the tents. Who in the tents, Monaga? Who? Because I told you, Monagas, the real American Indians wasn't in no tents. Monagas, the real Tamaricans, Monaga. You Nagas had stone masonry, concrete palaces and castles. These fake pretendians, those were the ones in these tents, Monaga. The Eurasians was the ones rolling up, squatting in tents, Monaga, living like wild heathens, eating dead bodies, Monaga. Cannibalism, Monagas worshiping Zeus, Monaga. That's who was doing that. You see they tents. You wasn't in the tents, Monaga. You had pyramids. They try to call them mounds, Monaga. Don't go for the fake history, Monaga. Don't go for that fake European hijack history they trying to sell you. In 2001, a lonely computer technician living in the countryside in northern Germany advertised online for a well-built man willing to participate in a mutually satisfying sexual act. Armin Mew's notice was similar to many others on the internet, except for a rather important detail. The requested man must be willing to be killed and eaten.
You big dummy.
See, they got that Jeffrey Dahmer vibe, my nigga. And when I say, man, my nigga, you don't go in nobody's house just eating. They talking about, hey, man, you want a ham sandwich? Nah, man, I don't eat ham. They say, what up? They say, man, we got beef. I don't eat beef, my nigga. They say, what do you eat? I don't eat people.
You big dummy.
So, I don't eat red meat, period, my nigga. I want meat, I go catch it and kill it myself. Or I raise my own hens, bitch. Muse didn't have to look far. He didn't even have to look far. 230 miles away in Berlin, an engineer called Bernd Brands agreed to travel to Muse farmhouse. There, a gory video later found by police documented Brands' consensual participation in the deadly dinner. The cannibalism was both a shock to the German police and a conundrum to German prosecutors wanting to charge Muse with the crime. They didn't know what to charge him with. They say, man, this bitch dummy went over there and agreed to be eaten. They say he went over there in the spirit of Jeffrey Dahmer. Agreed to be eaten. Is this even a murder? He ate him. They was confused. They said this was a conundrum. Cannibalism might be humanity's most sacred taboo. Not humanity, mankind. Not the original man, mankind. But consent of a victim typically eliminates a crime, explains Amila Musamet, a criminologist at the University of Catania in Italy, who studies cannibalism and serial killers. So you consent, if you consent to be somebody rib dinner, then they cool, they off the hook, you know what I'm saying? At least in Europe. Man, this is crazy, man. Y'all probably wonder, man, how the hell Black Jack just come across all this crazy. Hey, man, the Most High be pointing me in the direction, man. They calling you a heathen. They calling you a cannibalism. Look into their history, Monaga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is nasty. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't bathing. They was eating booty. Man, come on, man. They was literally eating groceries. More technically, cannibalism is not designated as illegal in Germany. Look, it ain't even legal in Germany. Germany cool with it. They say, yeah. As long as the Naga agree, you can go on and eat them.
Now who sent you, nigga?
Nobody said
Say another
That one I ain't even
motherfucking word.
I ain't even trying to go over there in the eyes of the Gentile.
Playing, nigga.
I ain't trying to go over there in the land of the mankind. I'm not going over there. Everybody be wanting to talk about they traveling everywhere, man. F all that, man. I'm staying in the promised land, bitch. I go down to South America, go to Canada, go to the Caribbean islands. That's about it. I'm staying over in this hemisphere. I'm not going over there in the other world. I'm just not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Italy and Spain and all that. Fuck Italy, Spain, Germany, France, all that. Fuck all of them. Europe, fuck all of them. All them countries. Fuck them. Fuck Europe. Fuck Italy. Fuck Spain. Fuck Germany. Fuck Britain. Fuck all of them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never going over there for what? What? For a military battle? You know what I'm saying? If we take our land back and we make a military, we go over there to tear their ass up. That's when I go. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I ain't going over there. I ain't going over there on vacation. What? To drop bombs? Yeah. Not designated as evil because the victim consented, man. It's just weird, man. Look at Cannibals, man. On the BBC. Proof. We got the proof. They say we got the drop. We got the evidence. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they say we got the evidence. We got the evidence. We got proof. We got the proof is in the pudding that Jamestown settlers, they was the real cannibals. They came over there flogging, projecting, talking about doing diversity. They was projecting the whole time. They were looking for Naga baby back ribs. Ain't even telling what these people had ate. They say, which part you want? He said, give me the booty. A newly discovered human bones proves the first permanent. It's proved the first permanent. So if you know the first one, every last one of them was eating Nagas. Eating each other. They were eating dead bodies. They would dig after a war. People get killed. They were digging the bodies up, eating the bodies, my Naga. They nasty. They were putting hot sauce on them. They ain't have pig feet. They had colonizer feet. They had dead colonizer feet. You know what I'm saying? Newly discovered human bones prove the first. And even think about pig feet. Think about that nasty ass shit. You got a down there a raw pig foot fermenting in the jaw of nasty chemicals, looking like looking like embalming fluid. You know what I'm saying? You got a pig foot soaking in the jar of embalming fluid, and people be eating that. You got a raw pig foot with a toenail on it, soaking in the jar of embalming fluid, and people are eating it, my Naga. So you know this is all cannibalism. You know that was a human foot one time. You know what I'm saying? That nasty shit, my Naga. That nasty shit, my Naga. I had a cousin who used to eat that shit. I used to, man, you gotta go outside with that, bro. Don't come in my house with no motherfucking pig. Man, go home. Go back where you came from, nigga. Come in my house eating no damn pig
Big
foot.
dummy.
Boy, I'll smack the shit out your ass, boy. Come around here eating the pig foot, boy. Your cannibal ass, boy. You better get out of here, boy. Newly discovered proves that the English settlers were cannibals in North America over the cruel winter 1609. Yeah, scientists found unusual cuts consisting with butchering. They was making fillets. They said, yeah, give me a filet mignon, a filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? For meat on human bones dumped in a rubbish pit. A 4th century old skull and tibia of a teenage girl in James Fort, Virginia was excavated from the dump last year. James Fort, found in 1607, was the earliest part of the Jamestown colony. Starving time. Oh, somebody got to get it. Look like the scary movie, the white girl always the first one tripping and falling. I guess this one here ain't make it, y'all.
You big dummy. Now who sent you, nigga?
Cannibalized by her own Jamestown colony.
And this shit is
Evidence is absolutely consistent with dismemberment and defleshing of this body, said Doug Owsley. He said they made chicken wings, they made filet mignon. He said Doug said his mouth was watering. He could almost taste it. He said a forensic anthropologist at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., he went to smelling the rubbish. He said, he picked that skull up in them bones. He said, he said, you know what? He said, I smell it. They put hickory barbecue on this one. He said, and I missed it, damn it.
You big dummy. Now who sent you, nigga?
Nobody sent me.
Say another motherfucking
Doug Owsley, he
word,
said he
and
know.
this shit is over.
Doug Owsley said he know it.
playing,
He
nigga.
said he know baby back ribs when he smell them. Yeah. Written documents had previously suggested the desperate colonists resorted to they was desperate, my nigga. These colonists was desperate. They were so desperate they had to eat their dead. They had to go and dig up their dead and cook it up and eat it, my nigga. That's how desperate these colonies was. And they was already used to doing it. They said, hell, that ain't nothing new to us. They said, we already used to doing that. They said, cause back, they say, wait, I skipped one, hold on. They said, we already used to digging up bodies and eating them. They say, yeah, they say, we been doing that. Look at the Spanish. They say, we been eating our own. They said, this ain't nothing new. Yeah. They said many religious and historical documents, such as reports of cooked human flesh being sold in the 11th century English markets. That's way before 1400s in America. That's hundreds of years. They been eating honey roasted booty on their own land in the eyes of the Gentiles, my nigga. You talking about mixing with these people, my nigga? They ain't mixing with nobody from over there. You are what you, yeah, they got all that up in them, man. They been cannibals 5, 6, 1,000 years before they came over here, and they come over here eating, calling you a cannibal. Nigga, please, man, we get facts over here, man. I wish a pretender would come here talking any nonsense right now, man. We gonna roast their ass, we gonna tribe up on them, we gonna drop real facts, man. They ain't got no ammo for this. Yeah. Written documents had previously suggested the desperate colonists resorted to eating booty. But the discovery of, they were eating groceries, my nigga. The discovery of the 14-year-old girl's bones offered the first scientific proof. They say, oh, we got the proof now. They say, we got receipts now, Shalom. Teaching 777 in the house. Tribe up. Teaching 777. Hold on, y'all. I got tribe up. I got some new shit I gotta do right now. We got, hold on, pause for the call. When the member come in the room, my nigga,
shocked to discover that Gary Cooper
tribe up. Every time you got somebody pull up in the house, in the chat, they got that star by their name. We tribe up, my nigga. Tribe up.
Use a real nigga, tribe up,
Get that membership,
tribe up, my nigga, put your bows and arrows up. The stronghold of the nigga in the scale of us. They try to dumb a nigga down, but we leveled up.
Tribe up, my nigga.
Yeah. Strictly for my niggas.
Africa. I mean, when they were marching, people started screaming in the suburbs, back to Africa with them, back to Africa with who? Shit, I ain't never been to Africa. Don't send me home, send me to St. Louis, Missouri. 4461 in right, top floor. But I was like standing in the jungle with a $750 Moab suit and some alligator shoes.
Tribe up, members in the house, my nigga. Tribe up.
That's not hunting garb. I'm here all the way.
We here all the way, my nigga. Salute the T 777. Hey, and they say they got the proof. They say we found the barbecue sauce, we found the paper plates. They say it was 14-year-old girls. Y'all had roasted Becky. Here's the proof, my nigga. Y'all over here calling these niggas in. First off, you're lying, you're projecting, you calling them heathens, and you calling them Saracens and pagans and cannibals. The whole time is you. And not only is you lying, calling them, you trying to swap identities. You calling them what you is, and you trying to say you what they is. You trying to say you the Indian. You trying to say you got to be a pale-faced redneck red man to be an Indian. You trying to switch places, Managa. You thinking we dumb though. They say Smithsonian researchers believe the dead child became food for a community struggling to survive the harsh winter. They struggling, they couldn't even survive a harsh winter. And you think them fools had enough energy and money and they just came over here balling to go to Africa and snatch up millions of Nagas and bring them back over here. And salute to Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway told y'all it take 30 to 40 days for them to get across from over there on their little sail ship. So think about it. If you got a sail ship packed with Nagas like sardines, like they show you in them fake ass cartoon drawings of the slave ship, where the food and fresh water that you got packed in there to feed them for 30 to 40 days?
You big
That's
dummy.
gonna weigh more than the people itself. Think about it. If you got 1,000 Nagas on there, think about how much food go on your refrigerator for 30 days, my Naga, for you and your family, and how much water y'all consume, fresh water. You out there on the ocean, ain't nothing but salt water. You gonna get this slave cargo over here in America alive. You call them Africans. You say you got a ship packed to the from the bottom to the top. The African Nagas in chains. Somebody in chains for 30 to 40 days. Now you know what happened to a person's arms if they was cuffed in chains for 30 to 40 days. You know what would happen, Managa? Look it up. They would probably lose their limbs, Managa. You believe that fuck ass bullshit ass story? You gotta be dumb if you believe that story. You gotta be dumb, Managa. You think they brought millions of Nagas over here with the food and water for them to survive for a 30 to 40 day trip on a slave ship, in chains for 30 to 40 days, in cuffs, with 1 to 2 white men with a whip, whipping them and talking shit. You believe that dumb shit? Think, Managa. Think sometime, Managa. No third eye mind tricks. Look at it from a third eye view. Smithsonian researchers believe the dead child was food, Managa. They po ass talking about they went and got some Africans. They po ass because they didn't even know how to go find the chicken. They were eating booty. There were numerous chops and cuts. They say it was chop suey up in there. They say the Eurasians pulled up. They say the Eurasians, Kung Fu Indians pulled up and they was like, oh, here we go. They were like, party over here. Oh, hey, Chief 777 say all them people would have died, and she is absolutely right. There's no way in hell that would work. Where would the waste go? Where would the shit and piss go? Think about it, Managa. There were numerous chops and cuts. Chops to the forehead. The Kung Fu chops to the back of the skull. Kung Fu chops at the puncher to the left side. They had a Cherokee Indian was down with them, rolled up, say, man, I'll show you where the Naga's at. He say, just give me a piece of that leg mignon. You know, them Cherokees, them red man Cherokee fake Auburn Savage rolled up, man. He say, man, please, Mr. European, British, funky French. He said, you funky French, man. You Mr. Funkified. You so funkified Frenchman. He said, if you just give me a piece of that leg mignon, I will show you where the real similar Nagas at, and we can just take their land and make them slaves. That's what he said, y'all. The purpose was to extract the brain. They said, we want the brain. He said, which part you want? He said, I want the brain. He said, yum. He said, it tastes like ramen noodles. He said, where the hot sauce at? Past the Lowry's. The marks also indicate that the tongue and facial tissue were removed. They said, ooh, I want that tongue. Put it in the collard greens. They said, ooh, like do it like the cow tongue. Y'all be putting that cow tongue up in your greens and all that old bullshit, man. Y'all be doing all that old colonized cannibal type shit, putting the tongue off in the pot. Boy, if I come up in your house smelling like funky chitlins up in there and I look up in the pot and you got a tongue up in there, my nigga, I'm out the door in a heartbeat. And I ain't never coming back.
Now who sent you, nigga?
Nobody sent me.
Say another
They said
motherfucking word.
the clear
and this shit is over.
intent was to remove
And
the
I
facial
ain't playing,
tissue and
nigga.
the brain for consumption. They say they wanted to eat his face. They say I literally eat your face. Damn, boy, they was wild. They on that zombie time. They was eating faces. Y'all talking about breeding with these people, man? These people got dead spirits, man. Look, man. These people were in dire circumstances. They couldn't have hell. How the hell would they have went? It ain't nowhere in hell, Blackjack. They went to Africa. They was in dire circumstances when they got in America. So any flesh that was available would have been used. You think they would have made it all the way over to Africa on a 30, 40-day ship full of Nagas, and they ran, and you talking about eating flesh? They would have ate them Nagas before they got here. They would have had Naga back ribs on the ship, Manaza. Don't be stupid. Don't be dumb.
You big dummy.
Don't let the fake colonizer history they taught you in this fake ass colonizer education government school on they fake dogs roll colonizer Indians. Don't believe none of that fake shit, Manaza. Tribe up. The same flesh taken from animals would have been considered a delicacy in the 17th century. They say, yeah, man, give me that pig scrotum. Hog's head in particular featured prominently in recipes from the period. You ever saw a Naga like to eat hog head cheese? I was like, that's disgusting, my Naga. That is disgusting. Hog head cheese. I said, get that shit out of here. Don't even put that in my refrigerator and defile my refrigerator like that. The cuts to the girl's bones also indicate the work was hesitant. Whoever performed the dismembering was not a skilled butcher of animals. It is also possible they call her an animal. They say she an animal. They say she's a monkey's niece, a monkey's aunt. She got a monkey's uncle. They ain't call her a human, man. They ain't call her a man or a woman, man. They call her an animal. Damn, they mankind, Managa. We don't come from monkeys, Managa. Nagas come from the Most High, Managa, the son and daughters of the Most High, the children of Israel. Managa, they couldn't call her an animal. It is also possibly, they say, yeah, they say she just like any other animal when they ate her ass. Damn. It is also possible that Ersatz butcher was a woman, as they made up the majority of the fort's inhabitants. How to they try to blame it on the white girl. So y'all, they thought they got that Becky potato salad. I don't want none of Becky potato salad, no ma'am. Matter of fact, I already ate before I came to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? I just stopping by. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Now who sent you, nigga?
Hey, how the girl died is unknown. Yeah, how, unknown. They killed her.
Fucking word.
They talking about how she died is unknown. How the girl died is unknown, but the assault on her body would have taken place very soon. Damn. They say how she died unknown, but they cut her ass up, put on the grill right afterward. How she died? How she died? Like hold on, wait a sec. She died like this. That's how she died. Look,
you big dummy.
They always trying to hide their hand, Managa. They always trying to act like they play dumb, Managa. How the historians want to play dumb, Managa? Like Nagas ain't gonna take their time. If they thought everybody was gonna read this little article in 10 minutes and just keep moving and forget about it, like it's in one ear and out the other. No, Managa, we'll spend an hour on it. We'll break it down. we'll connect dots. We'll relate it to other stuff. We'll do all that. Y'all over here eating booty and chicken legs and Naga legs since before the 11th century, Managa, since the beginning of time in the isles of the Gentiles in Europe, Eurasia. They were eating flesh. They was cannibals, Managa. Lied on you, called your ancestors cannibals to take your land and enslave you. How the girl died unknown. They know. The attempt to remove the brain is something you would need to do very quickly because brains do not preserve well, Dr. Owsley said. He said, them brains, they'll rot quicker than the mud. And if you want to eat a brain, you got to know that brain rot quick. And you had to eat a whole lot of brains before to know that brains rot quick. And you wanted to get that brain out quick as possible so you can put it in your soup like them Asians do. I ain't saying all of them, but I'm just saying. Dr. Owsley worked closely with Chief archaeologist William Kelso of the Jamestown Rediscovery Project. Dr. Kelso discovered the girl's bones last year during excavations at James Fort under siege. Little is known about the victim apart from her age and the fact that she was English. Her origin has been confirmed by comparative studies on bones in Cambridge. They say, yeah, it's a white girl, it's Becky. Further analysis indicate she was at one time well nourished and ate a lot of meat. I wonder what kind of meat she was eating. You are what you eat. A diet consisted with richer classes. Researchers also have a sense of what she looked like thanks to digital and forensic facial reconstruction. The fragmented skull was scanned with the digital information, providing a virtual model from which to fashion a three-dimensional replica. The starving time was one of the most horrific periods of early colonial history. The James Fort settlers were under siege from the indigenous. They was under siege. Who had them under siege? Who put them under siege, my nigga? Well, they talking truth now.
Now who sent you, nigga?
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Who put them under siege, my nigga?
Et l'Amérique négrée. Au bon sauvage. Au négré l'Amérique.
Darkness, everybody! Everyone! Darkness is ready!
Indigenous Nagas. They was under siege from the population of indigenous Nagas, indigenous Negroes, American Negroes, falsely called African Americans, the Indian population. They had insufficient food to last the winter. The Nagas had them hostage, said y'all better not come out. They said if y'all come out of there, we're sending your ass back to Europe in a box. You come out your little Jamestown fort and see what happened. We're gonna throw your ass back over the wall and let your people eat you. First they ate horses, then dogs, cats, rats, mice, snakes, cockroaches, beans, greens, potatoes, ham. They weren't eating all that Shirley Caesar. They was eating that cats, rats, dogs, mice, snakes, horses, booty, legs. Some, to satisfy their cruel hunger, ate the leather off their shoes. They was eating the leather off their bootlickers. You talking about a real bootlicker now? Eating the leather off their shoes, my naga. Them Nagas had that Jamestown fort surrounded. They were scared to come out. They say, man, they was there starving. They was coming skins and bones. They were eating shoes, my naga. They said there ain't no more roaches left. They ate all the roaches. They ate all the rats. Ate all the mice. And say all that's left is these shoes. They ain't had nothing left in there but an old dirty pair of Jordans. They took the bottom off them J's and said, you know what? Looks good to me. Pass the Lowrys. As the weeks turned to months, nothing was spared to maintain life. Nothing. We ain't sparing nothing. How many of the growing numbers of dead were cannibalized is unknown. We don't know they ate them.
You big dummy.
They don't even know how many on they ate. Cause they gone. But it is almost certain the girl was not the only victim. Almost certain. This was definitely certain. Them folks eating booty before they came over here. You know she wasn't the only victim. It was a traditional habit in the eyes of the Gentiles over there in Europe and Asia to be a cannibal. Relief came in the form of Lord de la War, who sailed into the settlement with food and new colonies. He said, hey man, y'all done ate all the he said y'all done ate all the colonies. Colonists that ate it, they put Jeffrey Dahmer off in James. Jeffrey Dahmer ate half the colony. After 6 months of siege and starvation, only 60 of the original 300 left survived. So they ate 240 colonizers. 60 colonizers left. It's somebody doing what they had to do, said. No, I don't want to hear about that doing what you had to do.
Dummy.
You had to do what you had to do. You would have kept your dumb ass so you would stay
dummy.
where you came from. You would have went back where you
dummy.
came from. You would have got the fuck out of Dodge.
You big dummy. Now who sent you, nigga?
But you had to do was not come over here fucking with the Naga. The Naga had your ass hostage. You was in there eating booty.
This shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga.
Talking about doing what they had to do because the Naga made them do it. Yeah, proof of colonist cannibalism. And that was on the BBC.com, y'all. We're gonna look at one more. They got her again. Yeah, there was the gruesome discovery in a trash deposit in Jamestown. Yeah, it's the same thing, man. It's just on. I ain't even gonna read this. This on National Geographic. You know it's real. They called you a cannibal though, my naga. I ain't that a bitch. Niggas over here laced in pearls and wearing rock and feather crowns, you know what I'm saying? Wearing perfumes, you know what I'm saying? Taking hot bubble baths and showers on a daily basis. And these funky French, stinky Spanish, dirty Dutch, bummy British, you know what I'm saying? Roguish Russians, raggedy Russians came over here, wasn't even bathing, they ain't even have a bath. Most of them ain't even take 3 baths in their whole life. and they was also eating their own people, dead bodies, and they called you a heathen and enslaved you. Make it make sense, Monogam, projecting. And now they say that they the real Indians. The Eurasians say that they the real Indians, Monogam. These Europeans mixed with Asians. The long straight hair, talking about they're Cherokee. And they all over the $5 Dolls Road. And they got the nerve to come on my videos talking junk. Tribe up, Monogam. Hey man, that's all I got for the night, y'all, man. I just wanted to clown on there. I said this is a mixture over here. This is a mixture of education, entertainment, roasting, a little bit of jazz in the background, man. Hey, tribe up, Naga history, Monogam. Salute. House of masculinity. Respect my house. We let the door not hit your ass with the most high split your ass. We out. Salute. Peace.